got some hiccup and take it to the mom. When you wait to the mom, they can know my niece.
So they was getting up from the booth, heading for the door. And all the boats running and breaking those clothes. Monster says he followed them out and pulled out his phone to try to take a picture of their license plate of the car they got into. Oh, he would have been moved. He says it was his phone taking Morgan out of the car and started shooting.
Any food experience you want. You want a Thanksgiving feast in June? You want your mama's fried chicken? You want it's not like you know more than the other ones, but you just take time a little bit.
Holly Parker wrote an essay expressing why she felt he deserves the new set of rules. She said Milton has a heart of gold. He is kind as can be to the other students, his peers. He would love it and be happy for anybody else. And what's like consecutive instead of things. Because this is your time to take control of your life. And it's time to show that together, we can. You're
Hook you up with what you need. Yeah. Need song? No. Got those? Yeah.
Over the last 3 games is I want to watch him go somewhere else. I don't. I want to give him more support. I want him. Of course you do. So do I. Congratulations, Bostonians. You got game 1. Great job. I'm sure you did a good job today. I told you.
It's your last chance to save on the perfect gift at Macy's Mother's Day sale. Use your coupon or Macy's card and take 25% off great gift ideas.
The Michigan-Texas game is up for grabs. That might be the number 2 overall pick. And then what about, like, doesn't Wisconsin play Alabama?
Yeah, and I think that day's in Alabama, so or in Wisconsin. So yeah, that's
Wisconsin. So I think that's another Big Ten game. So yeah, there's a lot to buy for.
Yeah, it's weird because it's one of those ones like Caleb Williams just went through this with the instructor. We know it's going to be number 1. It's been number 1, and in fact, that was the idea of Big Ten kickoff. Was that we can do a big place, and then at the end of the year we can have the game at noon. So that's going to be the first pick. But yeah, where do people go? Are they
this first in the sky innovation restores engines to run like new. And the more you use it, the more it continually cleans inside your engine. Plus, Valvoline Restore and Protect is a premium faulty tech. It provides 79% better wear protection than industry standards. It not only eliminates the problem, it prevents future deposits from forming. Restore your business back to the front. With only Restore and Protect, another first from Valvoline. Store. Right
Right now during Ram season, well-qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2024 Ram 1500 Big Hole Crew Cab 4x4 for $479 a month for 42 months with $4,279 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra. No security deposit required. Call 1-877-RAM 5722 for details. Requires dealer contribution and lease through Stellantis Financial. Extra charge for miles over 35,000. Not all customers will qualify. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 6/2/2024.
Tasty privacy policy, terms and conditions posted. Takes only that best. Texting rules for about 5 minutes. Takes 1 minute message.
What's been real about your hair? How long have you been doing it? I was doing hair. Or a regular gold star. Just stop. You're not a 12-year-old girl. You're a grown man. It's time to take action. At the half tip, you get your real hair back permanently with Bosley. You heard that right. Bosley, America's #1 hair restoration expert, can give you your real hair back permanently. And right now, Bosley is giving away an absolutely free information kit and a freaking free information kit and a free $250 gift card off, plus a special link to incredible deals. Text MORE to 200-300 now. Text MORE to 200-300.
When it's the cars, Lindsay makes the difference. Visit LindsayHonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. Sports Center.
Good morning, I'm Eric Leeser, and 7 at-bats is being called up in Columbus earlier this week. Guardians DH Cal Manzano is 0 for 7. Cleveland's 23-year-old top prospect was 0 for 4 at the plate with 2 strikeouts last night against the Tigers. Detroit beat Cleveland 11-7. Manzano looks to get out of that slump this afternoon at Progressive Field. Guardians will send Tanner Bybee to the mound at 1:10 today in the series rubber match. As for the Reds, they lost at home to Arizona 6-2 last night. They'll run it back tonight at 6:40. Graham Ashcraft will go for the Reds. In the NBA tonight at 8, it's Game 2 of the Eastern Conference semifinals between the Knicks and Pacers. New York hosts trailing 1-0 in their best of 7. The Cavs trail the Celtics around 3 times.
Show. It was the Tom Green show. Now, I got a chance to interview him once, and it was surreal to interview Tom Green. But no, nothing that I want to share. Yes, but nothing I want to share.
I think there's a few things I could share. So, obviously this was before like smartphones and everything, but there were a few stories. Maybe your family had a camper or something. One of their older friends, well, I mean, they were his age, but they were older than me because he's my older brother. They were into skateboarding, so they like to, emulate the pro skaters, and so they would film themselves doing some tricks, and then that would usually devolve into like film and coming up with little friends. And being the younger brother and the chubby kid, I was always the one who both got asked.
One year who grabbed just out of instinct, grabbed one of the Roman candle flares.
Mm-hmm.
His hand inflated to the size of a softball.
How are Roman candles? How are Romans
Have the ability to do so in like little spurts. They don't have the TV in like a ballroom area, but maybe have it so that they can excuse themselves the points.
And it's better to do it that way because then at least people who do want to watch the game, it remains social. I know it can take away. But if you don't, and those people who want to watch it, they'll just sit at the table and watch it on their phone.
The key to that one is you don't tell the bride about that.
You just wheel it out.
You just do it somewhere else. Like, don't do it in the same room. Like, just have it somewhere else because she's gonna red like that. So just have it in another adjacent room.
Next one's from Nathan. He says, hey guys, have you guys ever said something on air that you thought, well, that should be fired today?
I mean, I said the S word on television once. That happened.
No, you were live, or did you just?
It was Justin Leonard. I was doing play-by-play at a golf tournament, and I said Justin Leonard with a beautiful.
I wouldn't say shot. It was a complete accident.
It was a total accident. But I was worried that I was early in my career, and I was worried like if you said anything against FCC, you're done, vaporized. That was the way they presented it to us. So that was the most close to that. Certainly, never in radio. I don't think of anything that I ever thought ever got close to that. I had some nervy moments certainly around. Anytime there's a hiring of a coach or firing of a coach, especially firing of a coach, there's nervy moments. But I'm always pretty well handled in those circumstances. But that was the only thing I could think of.
Yeah, from my memory, I don't think I ever had to use the dump button on here when he called me and he said, hey, hey, there's somebody here from the FCC, and they want to talk to you about, and I was like, oh, man, I, like, grabbed my keys, and I was going out the door, and I was like, to my car, and he was like, no, I'm just messing with you. So that was a good, actually, jackass prank to bring it back to the first question, but I was, a young kid. I would never believe that.
Paraphrase at best.
That's why whenever I write down something that has an expletive, I just write blank. I don't stick with the asterisk marks that like they'll put in print. I just write blank, so I will say blank.
I think even some of those words now, unless it's the F word, if you say it and you apologize for it, like, there's no FCC agent listening to where they're not going to respond unless somebody files a report.
Right.
We are far more casual with it than we ever have been before. Yeah, I think AR would probably agree with me on this, that he and I both...
Jeter, you're in. We need a home run.
I'll give it a try. I've tried it that once or twice.
But a lot of dry weather during the daytime hours today will start out cloudy and in the mid-70s by lunch. Highs will top out in the low 80s this afternoon, but the storms that come this evening could be strong, so make sure you stay weather aware tonight.
Sports looking game that's typical. Get ready to bet on these games and you have hoops and hockey. If we're physically located in a line, of course, you'll find gambling problem. Call 1-800-GAMBLER for more on that. Initially, when I heard these,
they're really right now. At least they're trying to go with your point.
I thought, oh no, that's nonsense. The 30 number, though, is, first of all, I don't think it's nonsense. I think the ones that I haven't heard on the people, but that their response to it, those are the names that came to my head immediately. Like, if you gave Zion Williamson and you gave him to a defensive line coach, do I think he could? Yes, I do. I think he could rush the quarterback. I don't think there's any doubt that he could. If you took Anthony, you could do the same thing with all of those guys, honestly. You could put him at defensive end and just say, go chase the quarterback.
I mean, tight end is really in play for a lot of NFLers.
Well, you bring a tight end. So that's happened before, too. Are you fast? Are you athletic? Are you strong? If you're those things, we can teach you how to do the rest of it. But anybody who tells you you need to play tackle football in the fourth grade, you have to play in the sixth grade. Quite honestly, if you're a good enough athlete, you can pick it up later. Now, that's not quarterback. Quarterback is a skill. You have to, if you are going to try to be a quarterback in the football team in the state of Ohio, you're going to need to train. You're going to need to be able to know how to discipline the ball, read defense, all of the other positions, you can pick up when you're athletic enough down the road. It's the reality of it. So, this only buttresses Rivers' point that type of supreme athleticism, you could teach it how to play a football position. Conversely, basketball, the skill of it, dribbling, shooting, all of that, and the size of those players. The best example I can give you of this is Myles Garrett's a pretty damn good basketball player, and he's a big dude. Do you guys remember the image of him standing next to Steph Curry?
They look like
Curry's taller than him.
That's like a regular dude.
Curry's taller than him. Think how big Myles is on a football field. Curry's taller.
DeMond Jones, apparently a very good basketball player in high school, but I wonder what his playing weight was at then versus what it is now that he's in the NFL playing tackle. Yeah, it's the other thing about basketball too is if you try to bring NFLers over, because there's definitely good basketball players on NFL rosters for sure, but they're not at the NBA level, and you can't. There's only 5 guys on the court. You have to play both sides. There's nowhere to like hide the deficiencies that they would have. Whereas if you teach a guy to play defensive end, it doesn't matter that he doesn't understand cornerback. It doesn't matter that he doesn't understand running back. You know, he can play defensive end. I had a kid in high school who didn't come out until 8th grade, didn't even play freshman year, came back sophomore year, ends up with a D1 scholarship because at defensive end because he was such a good athlete, and they were able to teach him up enough, and people were interested in his services at the collegiate level. I do think though, others like 30, I think is too high of a number for either side to go, and you only need 12 in the NFL to create an NFL or an NBA roster. I think that an NFL roster would be an NBA roster made of NFL players would be better at basketball than an
The story was that Dorsey was like, he just liked watching the athletes. Of course he did. He had to find it. If he would take openings in case something caught his attention. Yeah, he saw Demetrius. and like the size strength combinations of it all, and thought, I wonder if I can turn this into something. And then sure enough, he did. Yeah, I think that you could probably, I don't think it's a stretch to say, well, the one thing that I would say where you could not even begin to have this conversation, and it is really only great athletes onto football. Like Yasiel Puig would have been a great football player. There's just no doubt that that's what it's going to be to have so many different positions. But you cannot do any of the other ones. Take any of
Corn, Coach, Carolina Herrera, and more. Give love today at Macy's Mother's Day sale. Savings off regular sale and clearance prices, exclusions apply.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars, Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
On Tuesdays, it's FBI Tuesday. So I'm watching FBI, right? And I'm catching up on the first episode of the night. And Jerry cuts in the last 5 minutes of the show, and I don't even know how the episode ended. It was a great episode, but you're going to be that guy. And I know Jerry had a new job. I understand the idea of my program. Jerry, that's how you're going to do your life? Well, here's a good thing. Since the TV station is right over there, first of all, you're honest against him now and tell him what you think in person. And then you can probably find the area in that room. The show, you can also ask about that.
She was right. I probably should have. Long sleeve shirt. You know, you don't know what's going to happen or what you're going to need to climb over to get through. If you're in bare feet, it's like Bruce Willis in Die Hard, right? I got to pick a terrace with a size 8.5. Like, so get the track shoes on. Just anything. And get ready to hightail it. It's the first time I've ever been in it. Disclaimed about, I know this is going to sound silly, but I want to go back to like a lot of guys. Shut up the matter. They can go over there, get her afraid, and you can beat down Marks, and we can play good cop, bad cop on the coverage. That is valuable information that she gave out. Next time I will make sure my gym shoes are next to me when this happens. That way, if I got to get into my Usain Bolt lab, I can absolutely do that as well. Hell, or you're Rambo trying to crawl out from a mine shaft. In the first one, she just wrapped that turpentine, the towel, and all he had was the flame. Yeah, see, I don't think I'm the strongest thing. Well, that's what I'm thinking. He's got some otherworldly strength that I can't tap into. Well, that's the problem. He's been taught and trained. That's okay. Yeah, I don't have that. I make a Billy goat puke. I mean, he's got a lot of training. Well, listen, I'm glad we all made it. I hope everybody, got out of that thing safely last night, because those things can be scary. But let's get down to brass tacks here. You weren't here yesterday for a specific reason. So it's a very big perk. It's the perk of the year. It's, the Memorial Tournament Media Day. It's a select field, guys that really go out there and get down and dirty and cover that tournament for years. And, proud to say, and also sad to say, this is my 30th. And so it's, it's kind of a milestone, I felt, for me, because, I started covering that tournament back in Memorial Week 1994. So this is the 30th for me. So when, I don't know if these numbers add up there. Maybe it's 31. Who knows? Keep going. Yeah, it sounds like 30 years, but, that's the guarantee. And number 2. If we guess a bit. How about 4? That's horrible. At the Memorial Media Day, 35 and a half. I like that number. I like that you're handicapping. That's not a bad number. But I was going to say I would take the number. Unless I go full Tiger and take the cart. By the way, after walking that beast again, are you with me that Tiger deserves a cart? No. Deserves, yes. Ain't got nothing to do with it. Wants, will do, no. Wait for the senior tour, then you can get in a cart. And he can dominate in the buggy. He want to ride in the buggy, he should ride in the buggy. I will tell you this, and I would never count him out, right? But I'm telling you, I think we've seen the last of it. Well, maybe. I mean, you don't check the check. You're over the market. Got that. And I look at him, and I drop the Rudy bottle for Rudy. I go, that is the most beautiful sight these eyes have ever seen. That cart, and you take it. I think the passenger around that. It was all you needed was one. You not one. A little more than one out. But anyway, here's the good news. I'm not going to bore you with the golf. Fantabulous, but I will say that, got to the signature 12th hole, we're playing from the top. And for me, if you play 12 at Memorial, it's an official game. Like it's 5 over. Well, you get through 12. If you don't get through 12, it's not a good. You get through 12 it is. And skies opened up, thunderstorm. Apparently, by the way, you don't have a clean season. Apparently, the hole went off. I didn't get it. Just like normal in my life. This is the second time, because you will see me flip through the last bad storm that we had about a month ago. That's right. That's a little funny. And we're out there, and the hurricane's going up. Remember, we're in the far of the tournament. Like that corner, the 12th corner there is 15, obviously, is the furthest point. But we're out in 12th grade. And we don't hear any horns, probably because Logan rolled in a birdie putt at 12, and we kind of roared, and I'm wondering if that's when the siren went off. So, although we looked at the ground, I think that was quick discretion. What's the worry? I'm going to the doctor. In fact, whenever I different guys all over Columbus. Take us see our friendly team in Columbus and find out why we've been #1 in men's health for years. Get a consultation on low-T blood pressure. Results on your first visit for $99. Get your confidence back in the bedroom and beyond. Go to ColumbusMen'sClinic.com and book your appointment today. ColumbusMen'sClinic.com. Harris Jones and I think I'm pointing this out. There are so many bad NBA playoff games, like massive blowouts. And I know all these teams are created equal. We have different seeding and all that. But losing by 25 or more in a playoff game, not every now and then. But and the whole team, I'm making it earlier last three in today's game, and you have the ability to pull away from the team in a dramatic way, but also you have the ability to close the gap when you're down big because of that. So you just watched the game last night. No Jared Allen. That's a big hit for the Cavs for sure, but it's also using the size and of Boston, especially they're in trouble defensively. They're in a lot of trouble in this series because we just watched, in the previous 7 games against Orlando, what a big guy like Doug Carroll was able to do, and that's the how those guys can play. And so when you have Donovan and Dale, why are you stupid? Why are you stupid? Jesus Christ! On the defensive end, so the Celtics offensively are probably going to be really comfortable running this go. Honestly, it did for me. Now, they had to come out and do something in the first 5-6 minutes of the third quarter. They didn't. And they had Donovan Mitchell to help keep them within shouting distance. And every time they did, and I will say this, if Brooks continues to do what he's been doing, the Celtics are definitely going to the finals. They should go anywhere. But he gives them, there's confidence at 3. I'm not trying to find any fault with the Cavs as far as how they match up against the Celtics. That is what it is. I get that. I think they'll see a little better plan defensively. I guess if you're trying to start a foul trouble, but you're going to help. Like, hedge off and do something. There's two things that bother me about that game. And by the way, no Porzingis. Did you even think about that? They don't need him. That's the other thing. That's how deep they are, right? With the acquisition of, right, when we knew this series was happening, that Boston is one of the most elite three-point shooting teams in the sport. You combine what they do on that end with what they can do on the defensive end, and that's why they've been viewed as one of the favorites all year long. They shot 39% from 3. They put up 46 of them and made 18. So they're going to stretch you out there in the Cavs on the other side of it. Put up 42 threes and only knocked down 11 for 26% from the three-point line. So the math obviously was not in their favor. I'll tell you what, man, it's been a disappointment for me for the Cavs going through this postseason has just been Darius Garland. Like, I thought after what happened last year with that team and the core of that team going through that rough series against the Knicks, that in these moments he would be a lot better and really rise up. His offensive production has been so inconsistent that that's why they
sure my other take would be, I'm sure that a week after CBS moved on from the great Boomer Esiason of first things, that they were very happy to hear about one of their analysts that replaced them talking about returning to the NFL. So that made them very happy.
Yeah, well, he made quarterback scramble, so he'll make the network scramble a little bit. Shefty,
Exactly.
Shefty, real quick, again, next week.
Thousands of perfect customer reviews. Let Sears Heating and Cooling ensure your AC unit is ready to battle the summer heat ahead. Schedule your AC maintenance today and spring new life into your existing AC unit. From New York to the go, enjoy the local
Reggie was a nurse for 16 years. I was becoming very burnt out. I wasn't making good money. Then it happened. There was an ad for My Computer Career, and it just spoke to me. My Computer Career was the best decision he ever made. I could study anywhere from my laptop, and I was working in the first couple weeks of me being in class. Reggie hit a home run. The field is teeming with jobs. Become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. The school is amazing. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu. Once those experience individuals up with financing for 60 months. That is 5 years. Restrictions apply. Check them out online, uwd.com. Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same for the 95% people? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation and determine if you need medication.